Danny, what a performance and what a result.
Yeah, I think second half, what a performance. I thought first half we were not at the races. I don't think they caused us loads of problems, but the manner of the goal we conceded was disappointing. And I think if you look at our energy levels and work ethic, and I thought it was a bit flat. We got better as the half went on, and I think we thought we finished the first half better. But the message at half time was that's not acceptable, and they were given an option: improve or come off. It's up to you. Let's see who really wants to be out on the pitch. And to be fair to the lads, they were outstanding second half.
Let's talk more about that message. Clearly something was said at half time to really get them going and make sure they put in performance.
I won't repeat exactly what was said and in the manner it was said, but as I said, the general message was like you come to the stadium, you walk out on the pitch, and there's a lot of people who've turned out tonight in the freezing cold to come and watch you at least make the effort, and that was one of the things that was. I don't think they didn't try in the first half. I just think that where we were trying to do things was just we were too deep and we weren't at the races. And then second half, as I said, we gave them the little proverbial rocket. I think it's a bit of a cliche, but then the message was also it's only 1-0, and we know that what we're capable of doing at this stadium. And I think that fair play to the lads. I thought they were outstanding.
You made just the one enforced change of Finney coming in and playing left back as well. How do you feel he did, and what was the message for that?
I thought we were very narrow first half, and we gave them too much joy down the right hand side of their right hand side, our left hand side, and it's hard. You're asking centre backs to play out of position. It's the circumstances we find ourselves in, but we also know his quality, and he showed that second half. And I think we need to assess Kins to see whether we need to go and get a left back or whether it's enough time that we can actually just focus on keeping that little back four together until then. But yeah, no, look, there was no need to make too many changes from Saturday. It was a very mature and experienced performance, probably our best in the sense of maturity on Saturday. And with regards to reaction, that was probably our best second half. I think it's the first time we've come from behind and won this season, so that's an achievement for the boys.
They're going to speak on more of that. How does it make you feel as a manager, and how proud are you of them to get over that?
Well, they're growing, and I think that like any journey, sometimes you have to take some twists and turns. Like if you want to use an analogy of a car journey, sometimes you hit traffic and you've got to go back on yourself to get yourself back to where you want to get to, and that's kind of been the journey so far this season. And I think that people who come here regularly, the supporters that travel to Maidenhead on Saturday, will see that this lot have got something about them. And it's not perfect. I'm not saying we're not going to hit another wall, or we might have to take a step back to go forwards again, but we can only build on what we build on. We can only talk about what we've done so far. And like with regards to playing against that team there, for me, they'll be up there or thereabouts. And to put the performance on that we've put tonight in the second half especially, you have to give the boys credit for that. Thoroughly deserved credit.
2 goals for Cody as well. Who'd have thought that before the game?
My prolific centre back. I'm pleased for him. He gets a lot of stick, Cody, and he works very hard. He's one of the drivers in the dressing room. He doesn't let things get to him too much. You can clearly see at times confidence has been affected because of people say things, and some of the unfortunate performances we've had as a team, which has resulted in him not feeling great. But I thought he was excellent tonight. Forget his goals, I thought he was outstanding. I thought the back four managed it really well, and for him to get 2 goals, I'm delighted for him. I'm really, really pleased with him.
And a wonder goal from Jacob as well, sort of sealed the win with the cherry on top.
Well, he's capable of doing that, and he needs to do it more, and we've been working on him with getting his body right so that he's always facing forwards and gets an opportunity to drive at players, because if he can do that, you can't stop him. And one thing that he can do is finish, and he needs to back himself. And he's another lad that's very, very confidence related. And when you've got the crowd behaving the way they were today, and the noise that are coming out of there, you can't help but get that little extra bit. And I thought the supporters were superb tonight.
Let's talk more about supporters. They were great, even on a cold Tuesday night like this. Again.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest, and I try to be honest. I was disappointed with the number. I would like to have seen more here, especially with the level of performance on Saturday. But I appreciate it's a freezing cold night, and playing with a team that's third in the league, it might be one of the ones that people decide to miss. But the ones who were here would have seen an outstanding second half performance, and I think from a little bit of banter between the fans, it was quite laughable when the Boreham Wood fans were calling our fans not very good, to use polite words, and I had to chuckle to myself because I think our supporters are excellent.
And they did pull a goal back as well late on, and there's been times early on in the season where we have let leads like that slip, but we seem to have matured now and grown over that.
Yeah, I don't think it would be an Aldershot Town game if we didn't give ourselves a 5-minute heart attack. I'm lucky I haven't got hair, because if I did, it probably would be quite grey by now. But look, we have matured, and I think that you look at some of the decisions we made. They were good. The challenge on the edge of the area just before the whistle went wasn't a good decision, but look, it is what it is. We have to move on now. It's great 3 points, and we've got a lot of work to do before Dagenham.
You mentioned Dagenham there, 2 wins in a row as well. It's a good run of form to be in, but we have a small break before that game too.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It always seems to happen to us. We get a little run of games together, and then we get a nice break in between. People say, but without there's no point us moaning about it. We've got to deal with what we've got to deal with, and it also gives us a chance to assess some lads and some people to recover, because they've put 2 really tough shifts in the last 4 days, and one of the best things you need to do at times is recover, and that's what they'll get a chance to do now.
And looking at Dagenham as well, it's a chance for us to sort of prove people wrong as well, for given the result that happened early in the season.
Yeah, it's a really tough one, because obviously you hear the name come up, and Rob's just alluded to it on BBC Radio, and that's gone. That's history to us. It's the bottom line is whoever we're playing next, we want to win the game. For the fans and the supporters' perspective, do we want to get some revenge? I suppose there's an element of that, of course. But the most important thing is we put a run together and we get the points total that we want to hit. And that doesn't matter whether we're playing Dagenham, Fylde, whoever. Doesn't matter.
You win with a shot. For more information, click the link in description.
Click here for the next video and click here to subscribe.